Hey, hey, hey.
Hello.
We are late night podcasting tonight. We are loud. Woo, that's very quiet. I cannot hear.
Okay, I'm hitting the
Danna's
wrong
messing with the
speaker.
dials.
You know I should not be touching those things.
Right.
They're above my pay grade. Okay.
I manage the broadcaster. She manages
Like
the computer.
part. I can't
Don't
do two
touch
things.
my
And
soundboard.
you don't touch over here. Oh,
I do not touch over
Ozzy's
there.
joining us.
If I have to touch over there, we've got serious problems.
So hi, how are you?
Well, I'm much better than you are.
I've had a really bad day. Like a really bad day.
Well, it ended not on a great note.
No, like
two things.
So first, I just like had a long day at work, whatever. Like it's just a crazy time of year.
It's reintroducing the workforce to the market.
Right. And
Woo!
it is, you know, just remembering like people haven't worked in a year. It's getting everyone back on track. And then also all the new workers are coming in and paperwork and all the stuff that comes along with it. So it's just been like a really busy day. And then I was like, it was 3:30 and I had to be at the school at 5. So I said, I'm going to leave the market right now. It's like 3:40. I said, I'm going to leave. Okay, so we did not get power back until Sunday evening. So we had no food in our house. Like we lost, I would say 75% of our food because the generator, by the time we clicked on a generator, which we are now the proud owners of a Costco generator. But by the time we had done that, it was too little too late for the food. So anyways, I had to go to Costco. So I left the house. Liv had a game at 5 o'clock at the high school. So I was like, I can make it there. So I run to Costco and I literally set an alarm when I get in there for like 35 minutes. And I needed like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
What'd you spend?
$6.35 today.
That's not bad. You wanted to be under 7?
Considering the amount of meat I bought, even the girl in line was like, did you lose power in your restocking? And I'm like, I did. Like
someone said that when I was at the store at Costco, they said she must work for a restaurant. I'm like,
yeah, the lady
just
knew
my
I
family.
was restocking. So I'm in Costco and the phone rings and it's Liv. And she says, Mom, you have to come to my game early. I said, okay, why? What's wrong? She said, so the position that she plays for volleyball wears a different color shirt. The jersey color is different. Libero, right. But this was a scrimmage tonight. And they had told her in the last scrimmage that the liberos do not need to wear a different color jersey. So she assumed she did not need to, because they're not even wearing their jerseys. They're literally wearing T-shirts. So no big deal. Well, apparently this ref was like down and dirty to the book. Like he was not going to let her play if she did not change her jersey color. Her shirt
ends
color.
up being a parent of a friend.
Of someone we knew, right. So I fly home from Costco. I call Tom. I'm like, I am going to need help unloading the groceries. Somebody get me a blue shirt out of Liv's drawer. She needs a water, blah, blah, blah. So I go home. Tom's like, just take my truck. I'll unload your car. So
nice.
It was perfect. Yeah. So I jump in his truck. I drive to the high school. I am literally running. The game started 2 minutes ago, and I'm afraid that this ref is not letting her play. So I am running into the school. I
wasn't there, but I think she really was running.
I did. I swear.
Based on what I saw later.
I swear. So I ran as fast as I could. I walk into the gym. I walk directly to her coach, like on the other side of the gym, give her coach the shirt. The coach was even like, this guy's being a real stickler. I don't understand it, whatever. So anyways, I walk back around. I proceed to walk up the bleacher steps. I miss my step. And when I tell you face planted in front of, like there had to have been 100 people in the gym, like between players and family members and the other team and their family members. And I face planted. I busted my knee open.
It actually looks really bad.
It does not look good. So I like stood up right away because, you know, like when you're like kind of in shock, and I like stood up right away. I'm like, I'm okay. And I walk up the steps and my friend Christy is there because her daughter also plays. And she's like, oh, your knee. I mean, after she was done laughing at me, she was like, oh, your knee. So I look and there's blood dripping down my knee, like totally like actively bleeding. I sit down, it's dripping on the floor. It was like so gross. So thankfully she had alcohol swabs and...
Wait, Christy did?
Yes.
She really is MacGyver.
She is. She had alcohol swabs and Band-Aids in her bag. So I cleaned myself up, got that all squared away. At the same time, my husband sends me a text message because he went to go unload all the Costco groceries out. And one of the main things that needed to be replenished was wine after this week. And the wine, this was my fault, but a friend of ours had their golf clubs in the back of my car. I forgot about them. So when I was loading $600 worth of groceries, they didn't all fit in the back of my car. So I had to put them in the back seat. So I had a huge 50-pound bag of dog food that I stuck on one of the seats of my car. We have captain's chairs. And I stuck a box on top of that was filled with wine. So whatever. So Tom opens the door to the car and the wine fell out of the car and shattered all over my driveway.
Was Tom frustrated about this?
How do you think he handled it?
Does he get upset?
Well, he does. He was a little frustrated. Hi, Sammy. We're podcasting. So he was very frustrated, but I texted Sam and I was like, is Dad freaking out? And he's like, no, actually he's handling it well. So I was like, okay, good. So then we went to the game and then I fell and...
So I get a picture of this wine...
I don't know
on
if
the floor.
Can podcast, if you can
we
it.
need all of your. We're supposed to be talking about your podcast and band, and you have all the sound clips.
I'm gonna clip it and put it on the Niche Mass Podcast Instagram.
Anyways, so then we're like, our school.
Oh, that's where I fell. If you watch us on YouTube, you can see where I fell. And my knee is really banged up.
Has invested in Hudl. So those of you that have kids who play sports, you're aware what Hudl is. So it records all the games. So we just went back and replayed Hudl, and we could live real time see Danna fall.
And we watched it. I sent it to my brother.
I guess it's not live or real time.
No, but
recorded,
recorded.
See her fall.
I sent it to my brother and I was like, in case you needed a laugh tonight, here you go. And he's like, I just replayed that 17 times. Thank you so much.
It was pretty funny.
It's so bad. My knee is busted up. My arm is going to probably have a pretty good knot and bruise on it tomorrow. But actually I can see it. It's going to have a good one. Yeah, right there.
And I feel like they're wooden steps with the metal in the end, and that's what cut your knee.
That's what cut my knee. I don't know.
Yeah, you can
see my boo-boo.
You have 2 big scrapes.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I was fine, except that it kept bleeding through the Band-Aids. So I'm like, this was as if it wasn't embarrassing enough. Then I'm changing Band-Aids. Then I had to pee and I was embarrassed to walk down the steps again. So it was just a whole night. It was just been a day. So I'm very ready to go to sleep, but that's all. That's what I have going on in my life. Nothing really else.
So tonight we had our Mediterranean meal, which you actually got to partake in after you fell.
I did. I got some leftovers.
So Campbell, they've all had band camp last week, this week. And so when Campbell went to Greece, she brought back some olives and some quite a bit of Greek food. And she said, I want to make a Greek meal. Which is only
interesting to me in the fact that she was able to travel so easily with this food.
Yeah. It's all packaged.
I know, but it's not
just
funny
live plants.
to me. I guess it's not actual agriculture or anything, but I don't know. She and it's all still good. It's just interesting.
So she brought grape leaves, and then another parent of a student over there had bought wine for a couple of the parents, which is really nice, as a gift. So then some of the adults brought that back for us. So we ended up with a Greek bottle of wine, which actually was really good.
So it was a Syrah, and I don't normally love Syrahs, but I thought it was pretty
good. So from start to finish, Campbell even made the dough for the spinach pie, and she did it in a little circle like they do in Greece. It was delicious. We had a salad. We had lamb gyros with our lamb. So she cooked this. I'll share some pictures. Delicious little meal. And everybody came over. So Ashley, Sam's girlfriend, had said, hey, when are we going to do this Greek meal before we all go back to college? And we'd kind of forgotten about it. So we had to do it tonight, rushed.
Why? What's tomorrow?
Oh,
hold on. She's yawning.
I'm yawning I'm tired. Sam moves back to college tomorrow.
I can't believe it.
It was a fast summer.
Sophomore year of college.
Sophomore year.
That's crazy.
Only 3 more years and he's off the payroll.
Just do you really think he's going to be... Good luck with that.
I'm sure the kid's going to make more money in his first year out of college than we do combined.
He's gonna be fine.
Aeronautical engineers, I'm sure.
He's going to do great.
Do very well. Sam's super smart. So anyways, we threw this together tonight, and then Campbell had a 7:00 Zoom for her Roth leadership training program she's in. So then you guys ended up stopping over. Another friend ended up stopping over. And so it was just kind of like a wild night, but a delicious meal. I mean, it was so good, so fresh, so many veggies.
I was impressed.
It was a lot of fun. So we did that tonight too. And
now we're in this it just hit me Sam going back to school this week. And I'm like, we go back to school 1 week from today.
Yeah.
Holy cow, it's the kids' lab. I just feel bad. I feel like I did not Tom always yells at me because he says that the kids are so spoiled and that they always get to do fun things. But I feel like we didn't really like do anything this summer. Like, I know we did, but like, I don't know. I just feel like it was like not, I don't know, not as, we didn't do like anything like adventures. Like,
Yeah, I do feel like this summer was
vacation,
interesting. You guys got to get vacation.
We did get a
can't do
vacation.
summer vacation just because of all of our fair and all this stuff
yeah,
we do.
Summer's like the only time that we can vacation because like obviously I can't go in the fall and Tom can't go in the spring because of taxes. So summer's good for us. But like I'm taking the kids tomorrow. I have to watch my niece and nephew tomorrow because my sister-in-law already started back at school at her district. And so we're going to Sky Zone. My other brother bought the little boys gift cards to there for the holidays. And so we are going to go use those tomorrow. Cause I'm like, we haven't done anything like that. So I'm just going to take a couple hours. I'll work later in the day tomorrow. That's a good thing about my job is I can kind of be flexible.
Well, we're going to try to do some back to school shopping because it's probably our only day to do it. So hopefully we'll get that done. But kids have had band camp.
Yes.
And they had duo day.
Oh, this is good.
And
so it's like a theme day
every day is
at
themed.
band camp.
And no band camp tomorrow. That's why we're going to try to do some back to school shopping, I hope. And Campbell and Olivia on their own said, we're going to be Danna and Kristin for the Mismatch podcast. And like, oh, that's really good because, Mr. Branch was a guest on the podcast.
Yes.
So that we have shirts and they each wear their shirts. And then Olivia has these little mini mics.
Why you have to stop doing this?
I know. I can't stop yawning. I'm so
you're boring
tired.
yourself at this point.
I know. It's so unbecoming. So anyway, I guess that was a real hit. But I was hoping we'd have it for tonight. But apparently all day long, they kept recording things from band camp.
They were like interviewing people.
They were interviewing people.
Mm-hmm. So Liv has like these little microphones that she uses, because she's weird and likes to like make TikToks.
She does her whatever they are, like her little, how they do their nails.
What is it? ASMR. Yeah, ASMR. That's
yeah. I'll do it again.
Yeah, that's what she does. Like weird
with her
noises
nails,
that
though,
are,
like nail
satisfying.
clicks.
Like
anyway, so they kind of recorded their own Bandcamp podcast, apparently interviewing and asking questions. I think there's some pretty good ones.
Yeah, so she's gonna edit it and then we'll like post.
We're gonna share it on the Mismatched page.
It's fun.
Now look at you. Now you're like, we're gonna call this a big yawn.
Honestly, I mean,
this
we
is
are
so boring. Oh my
we
goodness.
really are. I'm telling you, I had like a really long day. Well, and you know what? I feel like, I don't know. So we had this power outage and it was almost a full week. And it was rough. Aside from aside from just the obvious like inconveniences.
No internet, no water.
But it really does take a toll on you because as a parent, you're stressed. Like I still had to work.
I actually feel like my husband would say I'm stressed about a lot of things. I actually wasn't stressed about that. I'm like, oh, tree fell in our house. No, it'll be fine.
Well, you know what? Because I think you were secretly happy. But
we're gonna get a new roof. We had to go shop for the metal for the roof today.
Yes,
that was fun.
But for me, it was stressful. Like, every day I still had to go to work, and the market was kind of thankfully still functioning, but we had some issues there as well. Like our coolers were not working well, and then after a few days, our checkout system started going a little bonkers. Like the world that we live in revolves around
the internet
and electricity. And when you don't have those things, it's very easy to be like, well, 50 years ago, well, that's fine. But the systems that we use today to function are not the systems that we used 50 years ago. So when you lose those things, it really does like take a really big toll on a business. And so there was a lot of that kind of stressor. So I didn't have the option to be like, oh, I'm just going to stay home with my kids because, I had stuff to do. My husband had the same issue because he couldn't work from home. So and I had no internet. I couldn't even work from home if I wanted to.
Yeah, even our phones weren't working.
Yeah, my phone was a brick in our house. Like I couldn't even make a phone call out. We had no service. So I didn't want to leave my kids home alone. And while they are completely old enough to stay home alone.
We just left ours home during the tornado. So
I was with them. So it's fine. I was in the next building over. But I did not want to leave them because literally she couldn't even call me if there was a problem.
Yeah.
We were having to walk down our street to get any service in our phone. And so every day it was like, oh, one day they went to my mom's house. One day they went to my brother's house. So it was like finding all of that. Excuse me. So that was stressed. And then the fall is coming and I just lost an entire week of internet access. So all the planning that comes with that for fall So that kind of stressed me out. And then like it's all over and I'm like, oh, well, there's no food in the house. There's laundry. Well, thankfully I did a lot of laundry at Kristin's house this week. So that was really helpful. But, you know, there's all this stuff. Like it took us hours to put away the generator, put away all the lanterns we had out, everything. It's just like
pick up all the limbs.
Getting life back together is not. Yeah, we spent our entire weekend doing yard work.
Yeah,
I drove a 0-turn lawnmower for the first time.
Dan mowed the grass for the first time.
Mowed the grass for the first time in my life. I shouldn't say that. When we lived at our old house, I used to mow the grass all the time, but it was a push mower. I have never used the 0-turn. So
I like it. It's very peaceful.
I'm gonna do it from now on.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It's like your time.
And I took out bricks in the retaining wall again with
it. No.
Yeah.
Really? How'd you do that?
I just drove too close to it. I took them out.
You took the bricks out?
Just a couple. He'll fix them.
Oh my gosh.
He'll fix them. It's fine. But
Tom will fix it.
But we spent our entire Saturday. We spent the whole day. We have a big fire pit, so we cut up all of everything and all the trees that had come down. We cut it up and burned that. Yeah,
with the lawnmower.
With the lawnmower. When
Sam just said, Dana's son said, "You hit the wall again."
So the first time I hit it with my car.
It's a regular. I think we talked about that. She backed it over.
I backed into it. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So yeah, but it's just a lot of cleanup and it's a lot of getting back on track. And it's like, okay, well now we're back on track and the kids go to school in a week.
I know. I don't want them to go to school. We already have sports. They've been going on. So that's kind of monopolizing the schedule. And
yeah, they have, practice every day at all different times of the day, which is inconvenient. So I don't know.
We're going to miss all of this someday when our lives are so lonely.
So one of the ladies that works at the market, she started back yesterday and she was saying how her youngest just got their driver's license. She has 3 girls and her youngest just got her driver's license. And I said, how does that feel? And she said, it's amazing. She goes, I thought I would be sad. Nobody needs me anymore. She said, but for the first time in I think her oldest is 22 or 23, maybe 21, I think. She said for the first time in 21 years, I'm living my life. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to do what I want to do today. I don't have to worry about what whoever else wants me to do today. And of course, her daughter, who's 16, is still living at home. And she's still, of course, day to day. But she's like, I don't have to worry about who needs a ride where. I don't have to worry about who needs picked up where. She's like, this is a new kind of freedom that I have never experienced. So
Dana's looking forward to that.
I am. I know you are not, but I am very much looking forward to
you got a ways to go, honey.
I know. Joey's 9. I have 7 years. I'm counting it. But I am excited to watch my kids grow and become independent. And hopefully I did not screw them up so badly that they become independent members of society. And I can enjoy my life.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
I don't know.
When we figure it out.
I don't know. Now I have to drive them around.
Well, Parker tomorrow turns 15. So when you're listening to this, Parker will be 15. Our baby is 15 years old. Mm-hmm. 6 months he'll have his temps. In 1 year, all 4 of our kids will have their driver's licenses.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's a little bizarre.
Yeah.
And
what? 1 minute and 45 seconds.
How long are you podcasting?
Olivia has a friend sleeping over and they just came down. They want something and I don't know what they want. And
I think they want to go to Dairy Queen
somewhere.
I was going to say they want Dairy Queen.
They totally want me to drive them somewhere. And they asked, how long do you have on your podcast? Because they want something. And this is exactly the stuff that I will not miss when they get their driver's license.
She basically just said yes.
I'm not taking you anywhere. Anyways.
This might be worth it.
Where do you want to go?
Where do you want to go?
go?
Do you want me to wait till you go?
No, tell us now.
It ends with us. It ends with us.
You want to go to the movies right now? I'll fall asleep.
No, you won't.
Oh my, the movie.
They want me to take them to the movies.
What movie do you want to see?
It ends with us.
Oh, it ends with us.
Yes.
I see what you're saying.
So I read the book and I do want to see the movie, but if I am already falling asleep right now, I just do not.
It is 10 o'clock at night.
Exhilarating. You're not going to fall asleep.
I will think I fall asleep and I have to wake up in the morning.
We all have to wake up in the morning.
I heard the guy's hot too, Sammy, but that doesn't really convince me.
Speaking of hot, there's this customer. Can we talk about him in the
we
market?
can totally talk about this.
So there's a couple customers. We don't want to single any one customer. We have lots of attractive customers in the market.
I have one that I will single out.
And so, anyways, I don't know. What's wrong with me? I'm oblivious to all these things. And
I've been saying for like a year, this man comes in.
she's like, I would leave my husband for him.
But I think he might be a stay-at-home dad, so he probably doesn't make enough money on his own. So I'm gonna have to get a huge
no, his
raise.
wife clearly does well.
Yeah, but I don't think she'll be in the picture if I take over. So.
Right, you have to keep
So
working.
I told Bill I'm going to need a raise because when I leave Tom, I'm not going to be able to afford to support the two of us on my Patterson's fruit farm.
So these two kids happen to be super cute. I know their names. I'm not going to say them so we can like hide this.
Odd.
So I actually get to hang out with Danna's future husband quite often because they love the animals in the barn. So all the hot dads take yesterday. All the hot dads take their kids to the barn, and I happen to oftentimes be in and out of the barn, you know, looking my best.
One would think she would care about the way she looked walking into the barn.
Yeah, I really don't.
No.
And so anyway, so I text Dan, I'm like, your future
I think you said your boyfriend
or your boyfriend is here.
Yes. I told her
FYI.
to step away from him.
Yeah, because I'm really going after him. I'm like, I can't even handle the one husband I have.
I was like working in my office and I was like, well, I guess it's time to take a walk to the barn.
So here comes Danna. Danna comes up to the barn, like just checking to make sure the pigs are okay.
Just saying hi.
Meanwhile, I've got his kids petting the bunnies and the pigs and the rabbits. And well, I guess bunnies and rabbits are the same thing. Anyways, chickens, they have chickens. So I learned all these things about this family. I'm like, Danna's feeling threatened.
Talking about them. I am a little jealous though that you know. I'm offended.
But it's so funny because all the girls like have this list of guys and they'll be like, ooh,
well, some people are like true regulars there.
yeah.
So, I mean, I think I was.
So it's just kind of
worked
fun.
there.
Bill thinks we're crazy. So anyway, so I was just helping a girl out.
I took a walk over.
Danna doesn't come to the barn often, but she does when the good-looking guys are there.
That's pretty much the only thing that'll get me to go to the barn.
So anyways, with that, we've blown through our time.
All right. Well, since we've bored you, we'll be done for the night.
The big fling. That's what I'm going to call this episode.
I like
Until
that.
next time, friends, we're mismatched. So you need to